What's up guys, mine's Shaki and T back again with another video, and this time we got the Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 59. It just came out today a couple hours ago, so let's get started and we're going to read the whole thing. So the first page starts off with Moro's henchman. He's on top of the spaceship and he says, "Whoa, it looks like one Saiyan showed up." What? Wait, did they recapture all of our pals? What's even happening down there? As we move on to the next page, you see Goku as Ultra Instinct, and Piccolo and Gohan are staring at him into the distance, and Piccolo says, "Is that Ultra Instinct? Looks like he can now activate it at will." In the next page, you see Moro talking to Goku, and he says, "To think that such a lowly life form could use such a divine technique, how surprising." And Goku says, "Let's do this, Moro." And Moro says, "As you wish, Son Goku." In the next page, Piccolo starts off by saying, "It's finally starting for real. The fate of the Earth, no, the fate of the entire universe is riding on this fight." And then Goku poses his stance to fight Moro, and he throws the first punch. The first blow lands on Moro's shoulder, and then Goku continues to throw a barrage of punches by punching the air really hard. And then we move on to the next page, and you see Moro tanking all of Goku's attacks, and Piccolo says, "Huh? Is Goku attacking?" And Draco says, "He is, with air blast, I think. He's whipping his fist really fast to fire off blast of air." And Moro says, "What a pesky attack." Then we move on to the next page, and you see Goku dodging all of Moro's attacks. Moro continues to blast Goku with energy. Goku keeps dodging Moro's attacks and dodges them with ease, and Moro is really shocked about that. In this next page, Goku finally lands a blow on Moro, but Moro blocks it, and Goku continues to display Ultra Instinct Omen. In this next page, Goku continues using Ultra Instinct and overwhelming Moro. Moro can only block. In this next page, Moro says this technique boasts heightened agility. So be it. And Moro uses his energy and he says, "I need only to immobilize you." In this next page, Moro immobilizes Goku and kicks him, but Goku snaps out of the energy. Then we move on to the next page, as you see Goku flying down towards the ground, but he escapes Moro's energy and goes behind him and says, "Was that your magic?" And Moro says, "That was but only a single example out of a number of my techniques." Then we move on to the next page, and you see Vegeta on planet Yardrat, and he says, "Moro is finally making his move, and the one opposing him is Kakarot." And then we jump back to Goku and Moro fighting. The battle continues between Goku and Moro. Moro shoots energy beams at him, and Goku just keeps dodging everything. As we move on to the next page, Goku keeps dodging everything Moro throws at him, and then he goes next to Gohan and Piccolo and tells them, "You guys, back off some more." And then Gohan says, "Sure thing, go all out and don't worry about the Earth. We've already gathered up the Earth's Dragon Balls. They're at Dende's place. That means we can always put everything back to normal." And Goku says, "Got it." And then we move on to the next page, and Gohan and Piccolo get out of the way. Goku starts charging a Kamehameha as he runs and dodges Moro's attacks, and then he jumps up in the air. Goku fires his Kamehameha wave at Moro. In the next page, Moro uses After Image, but Goku isn't fooled by it, and he lands a hit on Moro, but Moro blocks it with his hand. Then we move on to the next page, and you see Moro stopping Goku's Kamehameha, and he says, "You saw through the illusion, how perceptive." And Goku says, "Yeah, I've seen that trick before." In the next page, you see Android 18 and 17 looking at the fight, and Gohan and Piccolo arrive next to them, and Android 17 says, "Goku's here, I take it." And 18 says, "Well, did he come back stronger than ever?" And Piccolo says, "Hard to say, we aren't able to read his ki." And then you see Goku still shooting the Kamehameha at Moro. In the next page, Moro and Goku continue their battle. Goku has the upper hand on Moro. His speed is a lot faster when he's using Ultra Instinct, and he hits Moro right in the chin. Then Goku kicks Moro, and Moro uses energy to pull him down with him. Moro pulls Goku down, but Goku unleashes a fury of attacks and hits him with air blasts. In this next page, Goku keeps up his barrage of attacks and keeps overwhelming Moro, and Moro looks really angry. Moro lands a blow on Goku's gut, and so does Goku. and they both look in pain, and the battle continues. On the next page, Moro and Goku seem evenly matched, and then Gohan says, seems like Dad and Moro are on equal footing, and Piccolo says, not quite, Goku's clearly faster, and 17 says, so he can win, and Piccolo says, well, Moro still hasn't tried absorbing energy. As we move on to the next page, Goku has Moro down and he flies directly at him, but Moro starts using his energy absorption technique. And then Jocko says, "Aw, crap, here we go again, the energy absorption thing." But Goku increases his speed even further, and Moro doesn't even know where he's at. The next page starts off with Moro not knowing where Goku is, and Gohan says he vanished again, and Goku's Ultra Instinct speed kicks in even more, and he finally hits Moro, but Moro grabs him and throws Goku. Next page, Moro continues his energy absorption technique on Goku, but Goku continues to avoid it by increasing his speed. And Moro says, as I thought. And then Gohan says, of course, he's moving at top speed to dodge the energy absorption. And then Piccolo says, I didn't realize that was possible. And Jocko says, that basically takes care of Moro's main move. The next page starts off with Gohan saying, and that means Dad won't get his energy stolen and he's already got the advantage in battle. And Piccolo says he can win. If he keeps it up, Goku can win this thing. And Goku keeps rushing Moro and hitting Moro in the gut. And Moro keeps missing everything that he throws at Goku. In the next page, Goku keeps dodging Moro and kicks him right in the ribs. And then he kicks him again. As we move on to the next page, Goku keeps beating on Moro, and Moro has no answer to Goku at all. As we move on to the next page, Goku finally starts to break a sweat, and Piccolo says, classic Goku, who knows what hellish training he's been through. And Gohan says, and he probably still has that Ultra Instinct form left, the one with the silver hair. As Goku and Moro fight, we move on to the planet of the gods, where Beerus and Whis and Mieris are at. On the next page, Whis starts out by saying, marvelous, well done indeed to train Goku to this extent, as he looks at Goku through his sphere, or his staff. And then he says, I sing your praises, Mieris, and Mieris says, thank you. And Beerus off in the distance says, yawn, so hungry. And he says, hey kid, you spent a good long time in the mortal realm, you know any tasty recipes? And Mieris says, I was enlisted with the Galactic Patrol, so I'm afraid not. And Beerus says, what a waste of space. And Whis says, has Goku mastered Ultra Instinct then? Can we expect to see the silver hair? And Mieris says, no, about that. As we move on to the next page, Goku kicks Moro, and Moro keeps trying to attack him with the planet's energy, and Goku keeps dodging it. As we move on to the next page, Goku keeps dodging Moro, and Moro says, what's wrong? You seem to be eager to be done with this. You believe you found a way around my energy absorption, but you made a grave error. I only consume energy to fill my stomach. Weakening my opponent and strengthening myself are only fortunate side effects, not the primary goal. As we move on to the next page, Moro says, as such I will happily devour the energy after you're defeated. And Goku says, defeated? How? And Moro says, you thought this was all I could muster? You fool. And Piccolo and everyone is in shock. And Jocko says, what? What Moro say just now? And Piccolo says, Moro hasn't been fighting at full strength. Jocko says, the heck? And Moro powers up. We move on to the next page, and Moro continues to power up. Goku is in shock, and everyone stares at Moro, and Moro keeps smiling with his new powered up form. In the next page, Moro starts off by saying, I've consumed countless planets since our previous encounter, all of which have filled me with enough power to transcend the very gods. And Gohan says, that key, it's enormous to a terrifying extent. And Moro continues blasting Goku. Goku deflects Moro's blast and keeps dodging him, but Moro got even faster and actually ended up grabbing Goku from behind. And Goku says, get off me. And then Moro says, now I understand why you didn't employ the form during the entire fight against Sagambo. Moro drains Ultra Instinct out of Goku and grabs him by the head and says, it's because you can't maintain it for long, and throws Goku into the rocks. Then on the next page, Whis starts off by saying, so he was only able to achieve the sign level, and Mira says yes, he never managed to activate the true Ultra Instinct form, and Whis says, I see, that doesn't bode well. Sign serves as a gateway to Ultra Instinct, but it isn't stable. Maintaining that instability consumes an enormous amount of stamina. Were you aware? And Mira says, I was. This battle hinges on Son Goku's ability to manage that energy drain while keeping up Sign as long as possible. And then we go back to Moro and Goku's fight, and Moro says, you hope to bring our bout to a hasty conclusion while you still have the stamina for it. Too bad for you. I've been waiting for your inevitable decline. And Goku says, I should have realized you already figured out my weakness, but still. As we move on to the final page of the chapter, Goku says, if you were just stalling for time, that means you don't think you can beat me when I'm at full power, huh? And if I can keep hitting you with all I've got, I can win this. Sorry, Miras, but a stamina balance and act during battle just isn't my style. And then Moro says, so you still had some power left? Good, now I'm intrigued. And that's it, guys. We finally finished the chapter. Goku was bluffing the whole time. He actually has way more power. So I guess he was trying to trick Moro into actually showing him his real abilities. So I think next chapter, the real fight is going to begin. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be posting the next chapter too. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.